That's right. I am early this time. Maybe for the first time. Welcome. Today is Thursday, May 15th. It is 7:41 p.m. Eastern. And you're watching the most radical stream on the internet. Now wait, just a couple minutes to see if anyone shows up early. But we're going to cover a few videos tonight. I'm not going to go for too long. Got some short videos. Each one's less than 10 minutes. They're all like 3 to 10 minute long videos. And we're just going to watch through each of them, reflect a bit, chat a bit, grift a bit, and then we're going to call it a night. So nothing too crazy. But let me know when you're here and let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if you're excited or disappointed or confused, tired. I'm a little tired. I'm going to take a nap after this. It's going to be nice. I guess I'll go ahead and start monologuing a little bit about what we're doing here tonight. We are going into the most cursed corners of the algorithm, where divorce is a grift, wombs are weaponized, and authoritarianism is really just vibes. We're going to be talking about Pearl's $1 million courtroom cosplay documentary. We'll talk about Amy Dangerfield's trad wife cosplay with a side of racism denial and anti-communism. We'll watch BPF fumble the definition of fascism while still trying to act like the adult in the room. And we'll watch Parkrose permaculture, have some AI panic that totally misses the liberation side of the tool while rightfully clocking the system, crushing Gen Z. These stories might appear disconnected, but they're all playing from the same sheet of music. It's about control, who gets to tell the story, define the future, rewrite the past, and cash in on the panic. Whether it's selling submission as empowerment, victimhood as virtue, or nostalgia as nationalism, this stream will help you decode it all. What is up, Rude Cunt Crab? Good to see you, buddy. How you doing tonight? Look at that. We got people starting to pile in now. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Just smash that thumbs up button. What's up, Cop Watcher? So we got Rude Cunt Crab. We got Cop Watcher. Just call me Crab. You don't want me to call you Rude Cunt Crab? Okay. All right. Crab. We got Crab. We got Cop Watcher. We got the like button being smashed by everyone else, I assume. They're very busy doing that. That's why they haven't written in the chat yet. Appreciate you all showing up. First thing we're going to cover again, we're going to watch Just Pearly Things dropped a 6-minute trailer, a 6-minute long trailer for her upcoming documentary called What's in It for Men. Cockle Watcher checking in. I don't need dropping a C-bomb at the start of your streaming effect. That's fair. That's probably a good call. Yeah, well, it's a little late for that. It's a little late for that, you cunt. It's a little too late. All right. Kind of ruined it already. Where's the link for this trailer? I can't find the video by searching it. Really? Maybe I'll paste it in the. It just came out today. I wonder if did she like unlist it already, and I'm just I'm the only one who has it. I posted it in the chat. Yeah, apparently Pearl's still around. Yeah, popped up in my feed today with this trailer. I mean, I haven't seen very much of her content in a long time, but apparently she's still doing it. Although it seems like perhaps she's struggling a bit. I get the sense that Pearl is not that her nearly 2 million subscribers are not exactly paying the bills anymore, because this video, well, you know, we're just gonna get into it. This is a nightmare. So welcome. Here is Just Pearly Things, What's in It for Men 2025 documentary official trailer.
So there's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no.
Because men are useless. I mean,
how dare they say that? I'm not useless. I am very useful. Show me how useful I am by liking the stream. Okay. Yeah, she just got remonetized. Oh, was she using the word cunt too much? Wonder if that's what happened. I'm not useless. Okay. Shut up, ladies.
This headline from The Hill, it caught my eye. Most young men are single. Most young women are not.
Young men have fallen faster than any demographic.
Wait, how does that actually work? Where's that Hill? I got to read this. Hang on, I got to see this Hill article. Most young men are single. Most young women are not. Is it because they're dating older guys? What? How? I actually don't. They stand at the. Let's see. More than 60% of young men are single. Nearly twice the rate of unattached. Okay, unattached young women. Unattached doesn't mean not single. It doesn't mean they're not. Or they're like in a relationship. Millionaire women saying men are useless. I mean, look, I'm not saying it's not cringe. Don't get me wrong. Okay.
Young men have fallen faster than any demographic in America over the last 40 years.
It's a different world now. Like, we don't need men the way that they used to.
That's just true. Crazy still. I mean, she's just right about that. Like, women don't depend on men in the same way they used to, right? Like, because women can go off and work, and they don't have, like, they can make money on their own, so they expect more from men than just a paycheck, right? That's just true.
Needs men.
The
Nobody
future
needs men.
is female.
Men and women are drifting further apart, and society is crumbling.
This is super true. And it's super scary, and it's a big problem. Okay. Well, not the marriage decline. I mean, I don't care as much about the marriage decline headline, but like the fact that young men and young women are like increasingly divided, especially politically, is very concerning and very much a real phenomenon. We got BB Embryons in chat. Thank you, Allie Cattails. Appreciate it. Yeah, check out that baby Embryon emote. It's so cute. Super cute emote. You can't see it on the screen because I still haven't. I guess I could probably like. If I open up the stream chat on YouTube and put in like that the pop out chat, actually I should just take a moment to do this real quick. Thank you, Allie. So true. Pop out chat. Can I share multiple tabs in StreamYard? I don't even know. Oh no, I can't share both. Okay, never mind. That's all good. We'll get it working later. But yeah, like the stream for Umbry. He's sleeping right now. He's a sleepy boy. But if we reach our goal, I will wake him up for treats. But until then, he's gonna rest. And Ryan, yeah, like the stream for me, of course, too. All right, let's keep going.
Because of it.
A fascinating debate.
It's a very dystopian. The hooks. I mean, it just keeps going. Okay, there's like the first 40 seconds. It's all like this.
It has broken out about the value of marriage.
You've kind of got the trad con versus red pill thing.
This men's rights crowd that sometimes just goes too far the other way.
You need to stop.
I can't even tell, like, some of the Steven Crowder bits, I can't tell like which side of it he's coming down on. Like, he just said it goes too far the other way. Like, yeah, that's kind of just true. Or is he mocking it? I'm not even sure.
Acting like grown boys.
Rights crowd that sometimes just goes too far the other way.
You need to stop acting like grown boys and infants and actually become men.
Marriage is a bond, and it's a sacred bond.
It's a machine designed to extract resources from you.
Now many of the
Marriage is a machine designed to extract resources from you, men. Stay away from those scary, mean women. They're extracting resources from you.
red-pilled have taken the position that it's bad for men to get married.
Hannah Pearl
Pilled have taken the position that it's bad.
Like, I can't like she's feeding like both sides of I don't know if it's nuance or if it's just all supposed, you know, I can't tell if she's like being nuanced with it. I kind of doubt it. I don't expect very much nuance from Pearl, but
bad for men to get married.
Hannah Pearl Davis, or just Pearly Things.
One of the most controversial faces in all of the internet.
She goes on to say that marriage is a terrible deal for men.
Because if me and you were in a business contract, you would never sign a contract where I am paid to leave.
Gee, what could go?
I keep hearing a lot about this. I'm probably not like the most well read on all the marriage court stuff, and you know, I haven't been divorced, so I can't really speak to like what like the results of divorce court and stuff. But like, my understanding is that the reason that women tend to get resources, quote unquote, tend to make off with some amount of funds after a divorce is because those women gave up the opportunity to work to help support their husband in his endeavors over the time they were married, and they are being rewarded with some amount of money for the lost like for the time they gave up. They could have been earning money themselves, right? And so they're contributing to help him earn that money for both of them. And so that's kind of the idea behind it. It's not like everybody gets. I don't think every single woman who divorces any man is getting instantly like 90% of his shit or even 50% of his shit. I just don't think it's. I just imagine it's not that simple. But maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong about that, but
Could go wrong there.
74% or something of divorces are initiated by women. Men have everything to lose.
We've all heard that talking point, right? That women initiate all the divorces, but apparently it's like not even just it's also that, or it's not that they're like the ones ending the marriages, but they're the ones who are like filing the paperwork primarily.
Primarily their own children.
Men get killed by the courts and by divorce laws.
I had no idea that courts of family law were courts of equity, not courts of law.
Because in family court, you don't need evidence to accuse someone of abuse. You need no evidence.
No evidence. Wait. No evidence to accuse someone of abuse. Isn't that's what makes it like an allegation? What does she mean by that? Is there like a thing? Okay. Divorce court. No evidence for abuse accusation. It doesn't mean that it's going to be like you're going to be granted that, right? If there's no credible evidence supporting the accusations, your attorney may file a motion to dismiss the charges. Okay, that's like a law firm talking about this. All these law firms are saying like the best way to handle these things are to keep as calm as possible. Let your lawyer deal with it if you're being falsely accused of abuse. It sounds like, yeah, like it just seems like a really dumb thing to say. Like, yeah, you can be accused of anything without evidence, right? But like that doesn't mean that doesn't mean it's going to result in you actually being charged with that thing, or like that actually playing into the result of the case. Like those allegations can get dismissed. But okay.
When you guys say get married young, a lot of these men don't know what they're signing up for, and you're not going to be there when their entire life falls apart. I interview them on the other side.
Pearl will be there for them. Michael Knowles won't be there for you. When your wife leaves you, Michael Knowles isn't going to be there for you, but just Pearly Things is going to be there for you, okay?
My son until he was 15 months old.
How much did you spend trying to get him back?
On legal fees alone was about $200,000.
Before you know it, you're homeless. You're literally just thrown out onto the street.
We absolutely reinforce bad behavior from women.
Wives are taught.
I do want to say, I'm being a little mocking here, but I do want to say I do have empathy for a lot of these men. Okay, like I don't think I'm sure they're not all like terrible dudes who deserve like bad things happening to them. Just to be clear.
Ought to leave their husbands, and then daughters grow up without their fathers.
Family is the foundation of society.
Shows a bunch of people twerking because you only end up twerking if your father's not around, right?
Every problem in society comes from single mother homes.
A lot of women will just chase this negative rabbit hole of happiness, endless happiness.
Feminism's negative rabbit hole of happiness, endless happiness. Girls just want to have fun, right? And that's the problem. That's the big problem with society, is that girls just want to have fun.
Biggest failures is it lies to women. We tell women to date as many guys as possible. We tell them to put off family in a marriage.
You are allowed to leave your perfect husband. You are allowed to end a relationship with a really great boyfriend.
Oh, free Shrek.
What is what is wrong with this? What is wrong? Like, I understand that this can be disheartening, because there are people who see this and they're like, well, I don't want to be broken up with, you know? I'm a great guy. I don't want to be dumped. And it's like, okay, well, sometimes shit just doesn't work out. Like, and sometimes people have like guilt complexes about ending a relationship, and it's not good. Like, they're like, oh, I really don't want to be in this relationship. He's not like a bad guy. It's just not working. Like that. I'm sorry. Like that's I don't know, but breakups happen. Like,
You are allowed to end a relationship with a really...
Like Pearl shares, it's like it's evil. Like she's evil, like telling these women that they can leave these men. Is that a Jufro above your high hairline? I don't have a high hairline. It's not Jufro. I just have a big forehead.
The great boyfriend.
Oh, freeze your eggs, have an abortion. What? You're evil.
I don't think
What's evil about freezing your eggs? I mean, I guess a lot of people think abortion's evil or whatever, but
there's anything else in life that we actually ever go into preparing to fail.
Right.
Like if you have the mentality of this is going to go wrong and be pessimistic, naturally the outcome is going to be that it's going to fail anyway.
Yeah.
It's self-sabotage.
I feel like they're talking about like prenups and shit. Like, oh, if you think you might need a prenup, if you think your marriage might fail, then it's gonna fail. Like that's
the thing. Like, women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about...
How dare they? These women, they just want to leave. They're just unhappy, and they want to be happy instead of being unhappy. It's disgusting. These harlots that want to be happy. How dare they?
happiness. The most important thing is the children. And the problem is we have
but having children in a marriage, an unhappy marriage, is worse for them. Like, you don't want children to be raised in an unhappy marriage. It's so much worse. So much worse. Pearl Davis is broken. I know. Well, she's definitely broke, and that's probably why she is. And we're gonna get into the end of this video where it becomes very clear what she's doing here. Because I think that she has been running low on funds. Philip, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you. Great to have you here. It is also good to see you as well, Gay Odyssey. All the extra money goes in a trust.
We have a modern society where it's me, my feelings, leave when I feel like it, instead of doing what's best for the kids.
Again, being miserable in a marriage is not good for the kids. You're not helping your kids if you're staying in a miserable marriage. Her hair and makeup look broke. Look at her ends. There's way better criticisms, way more meaningful criticisms to be had of Pearl Davis than her hair and makeup. Okay. Not saying it's like fantastic or anything, but the law no longer presumes mothers are better parents. The best interests of the child often dictate that children stay. She shares this like it's damning. Read this. Like, divorce for men. Why women get custody more often. The best interests of the child often dictate that children stay with mom. It literally says here that the law no longer presumes mothers are better parents. So the law is no longer biased towards mothers, and yet the best interests of the child still make it more often, or make it more often dictate that children stay with mom. So it's literally saying it's not the courts are no longer like biased, but the objective measurements they use are still resulting in the children going to the moms more often. But she's like showing this like it's a damning stat. Pearl was married. I think so at one point, right? I don't know. I don't know her lore like that. She buys makeup at Walmart and returns it. It's getting bad. Maybe.
This myth that we live in an age of male privilege. Where's my male privilege?
They think women.
Where's my male privilege? Where's mine? Why? Girls get to have fun. I want to have fun. It's not just girls who want to have fun. Ryan wants to have fun, okay? Where's my male privilege?
This myth that we live in an age of male privilege. Where's my male privilege?
They think, well, men have all the rights. They have all the power.
Privilege, patriarchy.
They don't. Okay, to be clear. Men don't have all the power. Men don't have all the rights. Some men do, right? It's intersectionality, okay? This intersections. There's class privileges that intersect with gender privileges, okay? It's really not, it's actually not that complicated. It can be like you can it's what's the word? There's a lot of depth to it, right? And a lot of breadth to it. But like it's not necessarily complex, right? Like the basic idea there that like things about your life can impact your experience of that life. Pearl has never been, okay, Michael comes in with the lore. Thank you, Michael. Good to see you. Michael confirms Pearl has never been married. Okay, now we know. Crab says, don't stats show that 80% of men who fight for custody actually win it? I believe that's the case. Yeah, I've heard that I've heard that talking point a lot. I haven't actually dug into it, so I want to echo it directly, but that aligns well with what I feel I understand. Yeah, something like that. Like a lot of men end up don't pushing for it. The patriarchy was a psyop. All these men are just doing stuff to win and appease a woman.
Patriarchal system that we have.
Why doesn't our society care about men's rights?
I have no friend.
Which rights? Which rights does society not care about? Because like the MRAs will always like they'll ask like questions about like abortions and be like, oh, how come men don't have an equivalent? And it's like, well, men don't have an equivalent. Like, they don't have a womb. It's already not equivalent. What do you mean? Ryan, have you dug into objectivism? Can I recommend a book on selfishness to you? You can recommend whatever you want. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I haven't dug into it. I'll say that. I haven't dug. Is that like Ayn Rand shit? Her objectivism? Is that the one you're referring to? Like the Randian objectivism? I don't actually know that much about it in depth. I know that it's her fault that BioShock happens, and I haven't actually played all of BioShock, so. Look at the suicide rates for men and women. You tell me if there's a problem. The attempted rates of, well, it's not attempted. What's the phrase? That is a better way to put it. That researchers frame it differently. It's suicidal behaviors are more common to end in death with men, but they are more prevalent in women, and it's because men tend to choose more extreme methods. And if you ask Andrew Wilson, it's just because, well, men are better at it. You know, they're just much more efficient at offing themselves, which is a pretty gross way to frame it if you're supposed to be a men's rights or on the side of men's rights. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying this. I mean, obviously there are problems with this topic, right? There are problems with people feel like having suicidal ideations. Nobody's saying otherwise. But the disparity, first of all, is more nuanced. Again, because women do engage in more suicidal behaviors, or like, yeah. But again, men choose more violent means. Well, you say when it's over, it's over. But like, what it is more like it's just they choose those means, and in the moment that they feel that they want it to be over, they're acting on it with those means instead of other means. And with women, the means they choose tend to result in like an opportunity for that to pass, that feeling to pass, which is very common with people who attempt suicide. That feeling passes, right? Usually, whether they attempt it or not, that feeling tends to pass. Okay, you know, it's usually like in a very high emotional state, and it passes. But if you do something extreme, you're less likely to come out on the other side when it passes, or when it would have passed, right? I'm not saying otherwise. I'm not gaslighting men's mental health. You're gaslighting me and my audience right now by saying that I am doing that, because I'm explicitly saying that it is a problem. I'm not gaslighting. You're gaslighting. Gaslighter. Yeah.
Friends, no wife.
See, these guys, this is sad. These guys are saying they have no social life.
Men are.
They care about men's rights.
I have no friends, no wife, and no social life.
This is genuinely sad. This is not good. This does not help society. I don't want lonely men. I don't think it's based. I don't think it's epic. I don't think it's cool. Okay. It's not good. It's a problem. What I'm saying is that fucking Pearl is not helping. Pearl's not helping. Fresh and Fit's not helping. Whatever podcast is not helping. Andrew Wilson's not helping. Yeah, MGTOW. Yeah, there's like the MGTOW movement is not helping, right? Like, oh, we're Sigmas. We're men going our own way. We don't. Who needs a social life? Who needs a support network? Men find solutions for emotions as a problem is usually the cause when there's no solution, or when they feel there's no solution. There's a difference between there being no solution and a feeling of no solution, right? Important. People need community and support network. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Zach. Yeah. Yeah. And there are toxic support networks. Yes, exactly. Like the person we're watching right now sells a toxic support network.
Men are alone in this situation. Men are homeless. Men are thinking about eating guns.
I've seen so many men on the brink of suicide and they didn't do anything wrong. How are
that moment? Okay, so that line, can we play that again?
I've seen so many men on the brink of suicide and they didn't do anything wrong. How?
Like, such a weird sentiment. Such a weird thing to say. On the brink of suicide, and they didn't do anything wrong. Of course they didn't. Nobody said. People don't become suicidal because they're bad people, like because they're guilty. Like, what the fuck, Pearl? Like, depression, isolation. These are the kinds of things that can lead people there. Not because they're guilty of something. It's that was the thing that like threw me off so hard, and I was like, oh, I want to cover this. I want to talk about this video. This is crazy. But it gets even worse and worse. Is that Rachel? We got Rachel Wilson here on the screen. I'm pretty sure that's Rachel Wilson. It is weird. Yeah, much love to Allie. Very divisive language, extremely divisive language, intentionally divisive language, I would argue.
How are you equal if the men are the ones that have to fight and die to defend the country?
Even though women also can fight, and women can also join the army, right? Maybe not as much on the front lines, but
men are the ones that build and maintain all the infrastructure.
Women are helplessly dependent upon men. The so-called deaths of despair from suicide, overdose, or alcohol, 3 times higher among men than among women.
Culture is
it's true. And we just talked about that pretty extensively.
telling men, you are no good.
You got to get your act together.
I think men have failed themselves.
What kind of a man are you? What kind of a woman are you going to attract?
If men are in
like, those are hard questions and hard truths, but like, that's I mean, the advice of like, you know, look after yourself, take care of yourself, make sure that you are somebody who like people want to be around, women want to be around. Like, if you want women to be around you, then you might have to have some self-awareness and ask like why they don't want to be around you if that's what you're running into, right? Like, I'm sorry.
in trouble, so are women.
Everybody knows this is a huge problem, but nobody wants to admit it.
Every single woman. Everybody admits it. Everybody's willing to admit it. People won't shut up about it. Everybody's willing to talk about it.
And at the table said they wanted a man.
It's a huge problem, but nobody wants to admit it.
Every single woman at the table said they wanted a man.
500K,
500K,
200K,
300K,
200K.
Am I crazy?
I want a bitch that makes 500K. I'll say it. I want a bitch that makes 500K. Probably not going to find a girl that makes 500K. Okay. Probably not going to marry someone who makes 500K. Maybe. Who knows? but like, these women are not all holding off for some guy who makes $500,000. Okay, like if you meet someone and you like that person and they don't make $500,000, you're probably still gonna like them. Yeah, good to see you, Avoided Hornet. Welcome to the stream. It's just a bunch of fishermen screaming at the fish for not liking the bait they use instead of using a different bait. It's a good analogy. Good fishing analogy.
Everything is really set up against you to fail as a man. If men make less than women, women don't want to marry them.
So you know who wants more economically and emotionally viable men? Women.
I don't want to be an independent woman.
Emotionally viable men? Women.
I don't want to be an independent woman anymore.
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman.
I'm over it. When is it going to be my turn?
Where are we meeting the men that don't stop? I can't keep having these same conversations.
Like, are those women who have like some moral failing that their frustrations are their frustrations not valid like the men's are? Like, I can validate the men's frustrations, but it seems like Pearl is demonizing these women like it's their fault that they've been, or it's feminism's fault or something. Yeah, what up, Hornet? Uncle Tucker, the demon. He's not a demon, he's just a Russian shill.
Only simp here is you, Pearl. You simp for men.
I think you simp for women. She's a provocateur. She says stupid stuff, but Pearl is right about this.
It's already happening. It's just not out in the open yet.
Now it's just hookup culture is going to be our fairy tale ending because men don't want a wife and women can't find a husband. The future.
There is some truth. I mean, like, people talk about the like how women have the basically like women gatekeep sex and men gatekeep relationships. This is like the common framing of the dynamic that's going on, right? Like men primarily are trying to get sex from women, and then when they do, they are less likely to actually want to stay in a relationship after that, right? Or be in a relationship with a woman after that. And that's kind of the frustrating dynamic that's going on.
Sure, if everybody following because men don't want a wife and women can't find a husband. The future, if everybody follows your path, there is no future.
You're going to pop.
There's no future if we all follow whatever these women's path is.
The future.
If we follow their path, there's no future. You hear that? These ladies are destroying the future. Every single one of them. They're ruining America. Not Rachel. Rachel's saving us.
Sure.
By the way, I'm going to be debating Rachel in about 9 days, 11 days, 11 days from now. I'll be debating Rachel alongside Soy Pill, who tonight will be on Sarah's show. But we'll also be debating that on Sarah's show. We're going to be debating about the death penalty and whether or not it is a deterrent for crime. Truth is, Pearl doesn't realize that she is playing out the subconscious relationship she had with her father, and the perception of romantic relationships is embedded in her nervous system. Damn, that's real. That's real. And I won't have sex with someone I couldn't attempt to put up with for the next 18 years. That's probably a smart strategy, to be honest.
Everybody follows your path, there is no future.
You're going to population decline, and our economy goes into decline.
Civilization will.
Is this? I hear so much about the population stuff. Is it? Are we actually in danger of like population collapse? I've never been like I've never seen like any strong supportive data that that's actually like a real thing that we need to be concerned about. I could be wrong. Maybe if we became like a hyper isolationist, like ended all immigration, and that might be a thing, but
will crumble.
The American story does not end well. This is an existential crisis, failing young men.
What's in it for men? What is in it for the boys? What's in it for the boys? Okay. Someone tell me what's in it for the boys.
What up, guys?
All right, we're gonna now. Here's how we know. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, Alex gets it. That's right. This is what they actually mean. They mean the white population is going down. That's right. Pearl, more like divorce, says Michelle. Good to see you, Michelle. Good to see you, Alex Schmidt. Well, so Michael told us earlier that Pearl has not been divorced. She's not been married, but maybe Michelle has different lore.
So the time has come where we are finally doing this divorce documentary. It's by far the biggest and most ambitious project I've ever embarked on, and I need your help. For every $1 you donate, you could potentially save an innocent man from losing hundreds of thousands in child support payments. Do you have a message that you want to send to your losing hundreds?
Wait.
For every $1 you donate,
It's like those it's like the commercials that ask you to donate to like feed a starving child, but it's to protect a divorced dad or to divorce a guy who's going through, not even a dad necessarily, just a guy going through a divorce, I guess. Oh, I just read the title. Yeah. I knew she dated a homeless guy with 2 kids. I don't know about that. Nah, it's bullshit. It takes about 60 years to have a population, only 2 years to double it. That checks out. We're in danger from the sense that we don't have enough young people to take care of the social program obligations to the boomer in real terms. Okay. So it's sort of a problem. That's what I'm taking away. Yeah, what up, Gay Odyssey? It's good to see you, buddy. I'm glad you're out here, Gay Odyssey. We'll de-radicalize you.
donate, you could potentially save an innocent man from losing hundreds of thousands in child support payments.
I'm sorry. What's the is it like Sarah McLachlan or whatever? Can I switch to this? Like, just imagine this playing while Pearl. Okay, wait. Let me skip. And it's hard at the end. You could, for just $1, you can save a man from divorce court, from losing hundreds of thousands of dollars to his mean, bitchy wife. Okay. You're radical, Ryan. I am. That's true. But I'm radical in the cool way. You're radical in the not cool way, in like the cringe way. Am I getting yearly photos and updates of this divorce? Yeah, you get his Snapchat. The silent majority isn't always a good thing. That's also true. Maybe they're silent for a reason.
Do you have a message that you want to send to your ex-wife that you didn't get out in the divorce proceedings? Well, for $20,000, we'll include it in the documentary, a video message to your ex-wife. And if we raise...
Did you hear that? For $20,000, we will put a message to your spiteful, bitchy ex-wife in our documentary, okay? That'll show her. That'll show that disgusting bitch. I'm core MAGA. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Radical in the cringe way. Yeah. It's pretty rocky for MAGA right now. Yeah, defending the president, defying the Supreme Courts and shit. Yeah, it's probably pretty rough. Yeah, right? Right, Odyssey? Like, what's up with that? They don't think you should be allowed to get married, Odyssey. Ain't no way. There ain't a way, or there is a way. In fact, only $1 a day. That's less than I spend on coffee daily. Well, we're gonna come back to that. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that you say that. That's a good point. I'm not anti-gay. Well, it doesn't matter if you're anti-gay. That's fine. Whether or not you're gay has nothing to do with whether or not the Republican Party is anti-gay, right? Like, it doesn't matter how you if you're like, oh, I personally, I love the Republicans. I just disavow their anti-gayness. Like, they don't give a shit about your disavow. They love tokenizing you for exactly that. But you do you, boo. Let's listen to Pearl grift to get these For just $20,000. For only $20,000, you can leave a message to your ex-wife, something you didn't get to get out in divorce court. For only $20,000. Can you imagine how it's so easy? Only $20,000. That's all you need.
We'll include it in the documentary, a video message to your ex-wife. And if we raise $500,000, we actually can finish
nuts,
this documentary. If we raise $1 million, we can make it a Netflix level documentary.
Netflix level. It doesn't mean it'll be on Netflix. That just means it'll be like Netflix. It might be like Squid Game, but it'll be like Netflix. Things are good under Trump, if you say so, buddy. Only 20K. So I want to this is very funny. Don't get me wrong. This is very funny. But it's also very disturbing, okay? Because think about the kind of man who is ready to drop $20,000 on a Just Pearly Things documentary so that he can send a message to his ex-wife. Think about that man. Think about his state of mind. And you suddenly realize that this person, this pearly thing here, this pearly thing right here is a monster, dude. A fucking monster. Like, you are literally stealing from vulnerable, depressed men. And instead of offering them real support, real tangible support, you're offering them spite. You're offering them an opportunity to stick it in the face. You think that's going to make them feel better? You think if you listen, there's been times in my life where I have felt the urge to send a mean text to an ex, okay? I'm sure many of us have done this. I've never felt better about having done so. I've always felt better when I let that feeling pass. Every single time. Every single time. I've never felt better about sending some mean ass message when I was like feeling down, okay? The guys who, if a guy spends $20,000 and he's permanently on the record in Pearl's documentary for the rest of his life, his children will grow up and they'll see their father and his spiteful, hateful message towards his ex-wife in Pearl's documentary. It'll just be there forever, stapled into the internet. It'll be on the blockchain. It's gross. It's gross. It's evil. And Pearl is a bad person and should be shamed.
If you want to invest a significant amount in this, hit up justpearlythings@gmail.com for advertisements and profit sharing.
Don't do it. Do not give her your money. Give me your money. Let's talk about that. Okay? Get out of my face, Pearl. Give me a second here. Do not give Pearl your money. Whatever you do. Okay? Yeah, that's right. Pearl owes us reparations. That's right. And if we can't get our reparations from Pearl, if you're enjoying the stream, you want to support content like this, and you believe that anti-authoritarian analysis should come with cartoons and chaos, there's a join button. A join button right below this. And members will get early drops to content. They'll get bonus breakdowns, my eternal gratitude, which, of course, is priceless and deeply emotionally validating, as we all know. What's up, Aaron Sound? Good to see you, buddy. So hit that join button like it's a marriage that needs to endure. Hit that join button. Get the memberships. And if you are already, I know we got some members in chat. I know there's some people in here who already have memberships, and they will show you the cutest, coolest emotes on YouTube. The best, we have the best emotes. Everyone's saying this. Everyone's saying Radical Coder has the best emotes on YouTube. Just the best ones. And if you go check them out, there's BB Umbreon, super cute. It's my dog when he was just a little baby. Okay. My dog when he was just a baby. There's a Shrek Care. So it's Shrek with a crown and a heart. Check them out. These, I'm telling you, I'm not making this shit up. It's in there. These are emotes that are real emotes that you can use by just getting a Radical Coder membership. And it's only like $2. It's pretty magical. Okay. There's an actual carrot emote that looks a lot like the Facebook one, but it's not the Facebook one for copyright reasons. Of course, it's not. And what else is there? We have Angry Jiggles, Angry Jigglypuff. It's good shit. I'm telling you. Felt bad watching Pearl cry in her car about her mother calling her fat and not being as attractive as her volleyball teammates, but that was a long time ago. Well, that does sound sad. That does sound like it would be sad to watch. But you know, I guess every villain has an origin story. Yeah, same shit, different day. That's right. Additionally, we don't just have memberships. We also have a brand new Umbreon fan club. Give me a second here. Umbreon, come here. I gotta chill. Oh. Look at this boy. Look at him. He loves being exploited on my stream. Don't you, buddy? Don't you love being exploited? Yes, you're a good boy. Good boy, baby Umbreon. He's a very sweet boy. And we have a Umbreon fan club now on the Patreon. That's right. You can stop asking. We have an Umbreon fan club, and you can join for only $1. That's right, $1. Okay, that's it. $1. Yeah, Umbreon fan club, and you will get bonus pictures and videos and posts all about this little guy and him living his best life. Only $1 a month. Absolutely, one of the best deals. That is less than the price of a $1.25 cup of coffee. Okay. Can I give the dog this? It goes to the dog. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what the Patreon's for. It's for the dog. It does. I don't even touch it. Oh, look at him go. Oh, yeah. It only goes to Umbreon. He eats the money directly. Slip. That's right. That's right. He's a good boy. The dog is he's gonna make bank because he's such a good boy. Thank you, puppy. Thank you. Yes, he's a good boy. Okay. All right. Does he have an Amazon wish list? Ooh, he doesn't currently, but that's a great idea, Gay Odyssey. I'm gonna write that one down. Amazon wish list. Before the next stream, he will have an Amazon wish list. That dog's got a steak deal. That is also a good idea. Maybe he will. Maybe he will. You know, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Lots of big stuff in the work. Lots of big stuff in the works. For real. No cap. And I'm still here. Sorry about that. And finally, of course, you can also donate with super chats and super thanks and all those fun things. And I will read your chats out loud. I might read your chats anyway. Ryan, I want to do real politics. Also, Pro got divorced. That's not even what it's about. See, this is why you shouldn't be late to the stream. You only read titles. If you got here early and you watched the full content, you would know it's about a documentary that Pearl is making about divorce. It's not about her own personal divorce. Come on, Vic. Get it together, man. Yeah. And we are going to do real politics, okay? But sometimes you got to cover the fun shit too, all right? I got to have fun shit. Steak would have a cute dog gambling on TikTok. That is... Yeah, you're cooking. You guys are cooking. Keep those ideas coming. I like that. Okay. We're done with the grift. And now it's time for the next piece of content. Thank you, Pearl. Kickstream, Ryan. I will. We will. In due time, Gay Odyssey. But I can't StreamYard. I have to like pay for StreamYard to do multi-streaming. So if I'm gonna do that or invest in you know, various streaming amenities that will make stuff like that easier. You got to give me your money, okay? You got to support the stream. That's how we keep the shit going. Next, Ryan's going to do a segment on... Jesus Christ. Oh, no, okay. Our next segment is another short video. This one is about Big Papa Fascist himself, Andrew Wilson. Big Papa Fascist, Andrew Wilson himself. And he has a video called Defending Destiny. I'm not really here to talk about Destiny particularly. I'm here to talk about Andrew and fascism. That dog can play Plinko. Well, I guess we'll find out, huh? There's a free multi-stream plugin on OBS. That's true. That's true. But I have a Mac, and I haven't set up whatever weird shit I need to do to make it so that I can share audio through my Mac, which is I'm sure it's simpler than I think it is, but it's been frustrating. I haven't tried too much to set it up, but every time I try it, I hit like a roadblock. So ban Alex Schmidt. He uses bad words in private. Ooh, and public too. We do not approve. Of course he would defend Destiny. Yeah, right. Well, let's see what he's on about here.
Well, let's play you finally confronting Destiny. He tried to run and hide.
Hey, isn't that Alex Schmidt, Primetime 99, sexually harassing Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez all the time? That's the guy, right? That's the. Don't worry. I know, Michelle. It's only 3 minutes. It's only 3 minutes long. If you want to mute the stream and come back, I don't blame you. Okay, I don't blame you at all. There's only a 3-minute video. We're not doing. It's not a whole thing. But yeah, we have Primetime 99, sexual harasser, who I've debated a couple times. Definitely a disgusting fuck. But you know what? We're gonna cover this. We have a point, okay? I have a point for covering this. I promise I'm going somewhere with this.
But luckily, Jubilee, which, Jubilee, they get some flack. They do some good stuff. The fact that they let you confront him, I thought that was kudos to Jubilee.
You have your own channel and you're reviewing Andrew Wilson. Hang on 1 second. Well, yeah. I mean, you realize like Andrew Wilson is a huge figure right now. Like he's been blowing up, and I have a amicable, if antagonistic, relationship with him that I can leverage that could potentially get me landing on like the whatever podcast and shit like that. So, I mean, hate to say this, but I lost respect for Pisco when he debated Stein. It was a very small amount, but still kind of disappointing to see. I didn't watch that debate, so I don't know. I don't know how he handled it. I mean, I'm also guilty of that. I'm also guilty of debating Alex Stein. I've debated him a couple times. Not super proud of it, but I mean, the clout. There's the clout. You know, like I'm a pretty small creator. It's only benefits me, and I can call him out now. I don't know if I did at the time. I probably mentioned it at the time. I'd probably like jab at him for being a sexual harasser, which I think is a good thing to point out. RCC did nothing wrong. Is that me? Is that me? Radical Coder did nothing wrong. That's true. Have you sucked his dick? I don't know who you're asking about, but yes.
Jubilee. So let's play the Destiny altercation.
Destiny, can you define fascism?
I would say the two big points for fascism are ultranationalism and authoritarianism.
Just start right off the bat. This is just true. Fascism. The simplest definition of fascism: far right, authoritarian political ideology characterized by dictatorial rule, nationalism, suppression of opposition. It's ultra nationalist authoritarianism. It's pretty simple. That's Destiny's just correct about this. Okay. Did you debate him after the AOC incident? I don't remember. I don't remember. I feel like I would have said something about it. Like, I don't feel like I'm above that. Like, I feel like I feel like I would have jabbed at him for it. I feel like I probably did. I probably made a joke about it. But I don't remember. Yeah, it's on. They'd all be on like modern day debate stuff. If I didn't, honestly, I regret that. Like, I would be disappointed in my past self if I didn't even mention it when debating him. I didn't mention. I know the first time I talked to him was before that, because like the first time that I was on a show with Alex Stein was like a really old modern day debate panel that like fucking Fuentes was on. It was like me, Hunter Avalone, Stardust, and Doobie, I think Doobie, and we were up against Brittany from Politically Provoked, Nick Fuentes, Alex Stein, God, who was, oh, and Hake, yeah, and Hake, yeah. What a what a fucking crazy time. What a weird thing. What a weird piece of history that exists. Yeah, the one and only. Yeah, exactly. Michelle just predicted exactly what's about to happen.
If you have a president who doesn't want to get involved in foreign affairs as far as wars go and has some type of policy.
Just already, the idea that Trump doesn't want to get involved in foreign affairs is ridiculous, right? Like, this is somebody who wants to take over Greenland, who's talked about making Canada the 51st state, who literally put tariffs on every country in the world except for like Russia. It doesn't want to get involved in like, okay, come on.
Policies which benefit the United States involved in foreign affairs as far as wars go and has some type of policies which benefit the United States over all of the nations. Is he a fascist?
No.
And supports the United States over all other nations. I think that's so he's saying that's the nationalist part. And I think he's trying to reduce authoritarianism down to the first half.
Well, I'm still confused as to what makes Trump a fascist.
That's because I had two parts of that, and you missed the authoritarian one.
Yeah,
What you
okay.
described there before was just like protection.
But when you said authoritarian, what is he doing, which is accumulating all power to himself?
Donald Trump believes that the executive branch should be the only one that decides what the law is. Okay, that's something they said early on in this presidency. He has increasingly consolidated power into the executive branch. He's called every judge that has ruled against him an activist judge. He has lied when the Supreme Court ruled against him. He literally lied about it. He said, no, they actually ruled 9-0 in our favor, which they did not. And he's defying their ruling as well. It's ridiculous. Like, he's literally doing what Andrew just said.
There before was just like protection.
But when you said authoritarian, what is he doing, which is accumulating all power to himself?
What's he doing, which is accumulating all the power to himself? Everything he's doing is accumulating. Yeah, dictator on day one. All the shit. Ryan, if you want to debate when you're done, we need a leftist perspective. What are you guys doing? What's going on? Yeah, this isn't going to be a super long stream, so we'll see. We'll see.
Donald Trump thinks that he should be able to unilaterally make decisions up and down all of the different departments and offices that exist in the executive branch.
Presidents use executive orders all the time. Let me ask you a question.
Donald Trump did more executive orders in his first 10 days than in his entire first year of his presidency. More executive orders in his first 10 days back than he did in his first year in 2017. Yeah, and like, executive orders are supposed to like set the tone for what you're trying to do. They're not supposed to be there instead of like congressional approval, instead of replace. They're not supposed to replace the legislative branch. They're supposed to empower the legislative branch, right? Yeah, they're not biased towards him. He calls them biased. Exactly.
President of the United States, control of the entire military apparatus.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that fascist?
So Andrew thinks that it's fascist to just have an executive branch. The Constitution outlines what the executive branch is, and part of that is what the military. It's being the head of the military, right? Like, he's defining the liberal structure of the government and saying, is that fascist? Is liberalism fascist? Well, no, Andrew. But there are ways that he could use that power that would be fascist, right? There are mechanisms that he could use that would be fascist, that would be fascistic, right? If Harris or Biden said they'd be a dictator on day one, they'd probably be unalive. Yeah, no doubt, dude. No doubt. I mean, Trump literally has said about Hillary Clinton, well, maybe there's something the Second Amendment people can do. Crazy, dude. But it was like, he controls one thing. Does that mean he controls everything? Yeah, or that he's using that to like to override courts or to override the legislature. Andrew is the definition debater. Every definition breaks down if you overanalyze it enough. And it's not even that, it's just he reduces it. Like he's like underanalyzing and overanalyzing at the same time.
No. So they have unilateral, basically almost unilateral control by your own metrics. That's not accumulating enough power, centralized control to one person. It's
if the president tries to or does like certain things with the military, we could characterize them as fascistic, and they could be breaking laws that would then be ruled to be illegal, right? That they would be challenged. They would be fascistic, but like just having that power is part of the core constitutional structure. It's not fascist. Is democracy fascistic? Like, okay.
It's the fact that he tried to slay some electors.
And then he minimizes they just tried to slay some electors. They just tried to hang Mike Pence. They just burst down Nancy Pelosi's door and shit in her office. They just assaulted police officers and got pardoned for it. They just did a little insurrection. What's up, John? It's so ridiculous. And he thinks he cooked. Andrew thinks he fucking cooked there. We're not gonna watch the whole like them circle jerking about it.
Destiny, you got him at him.
They think they cooked. Andrew thinks he really thinks he cooked there. Anyway, Andrew, you did not cook there. Okay. He just tried to overthrow democracy. Is that so bad? It's just a little insurrection. Fucking A, man. The popular vote is fascistic, except when Daddy Trump wins it. Yeah, exactly. So true. Once again, I'm going to show just a little bit. Okay, we have memberships where you can have adorable emotes. Vic, I see a member. Vic is a member. If Vic's still here, he can drop some of the cute emotes we have. If you're a member, you can drop some of the most adorable emotes on YouTube in my chat. And if you want to see whatever the next adorable emotes are, and not only do you get to see the next emotes, but you get to contribute to what those next emotes are, you should get a Radical Coder membership. Okay, highly recommend. And if you don't want to do a membership on YouTube, there's also doing pull-ups. He's typing. This guy's typing while doing pull-ups. That's pretty impressive. Okay, that's a strong guy. He's like typing it with his chin while he's doing pull-ups. That's a Vic is dunking on all y'all. Yeah, that's right. Baby Umbreon's in chat. Baby Umbreons. Angry Jigs, Sip Squads. Yeah, the Squirtle Squads. We love it. Shrek Care, Baby Umbreon. He's a mod and a member. What a stud. I'm telling you, dude. Vic is a Giga Chad. Absolute Giga Chad. This is a high value man right here. That's a high value man. Doing pull-ups, dropping Radical Coder emotes, and he's a mod, and he's a member. Dude, game over, dude. Game over. Stay away from my girl, bro. Stay away from my girl, okay? He's doing 135 pounds weighted pull-ups. Jesus H. I'm telling you. It's unstoppable. We also have the Umbreon fan club on patreon.com/radicalcoder or /c/radicalcoder, I guess. I don't know if patreon.com/radicalcoder brings you there. Let me check. Patreon.com/radicalcoder? Yes, it does. Beautiful. Patreon.com/radicalcoder, where you can join the Umbreon fan club for just $1 a month, and you can support my boy, who's very beautiful and very sleepy, and very based. And he bench presses two elephants at the same time. That's right, dude. No doubt. Okay. We have more content for you. We're not done yet. Next, we're going to watch a video by Amy Dangerfield, the dangerous Dangerfield. And she has a Rubik's Cube, apparently. Yo, Amy, what's up? What's up, Rubik's Cube gang? Love that for you, queen. One elephant on each side of the bar. That's right. 2 plates either side on warm-up. She can't solve it. I don't know that, okay? I don't know that. Also, I'm curious, was Amy one of the people who got the non-Epstein files from Trump? Like the empty, the basic, like the nothing files? Because like right here, she's got the Epstein files on her wall. Was she one of those people? It's a prop. Mine too. Remember, well, Trump gave like a bunch of right-wing influencers the Epstein files, right? But it was all just like already public information. It was all shit that was already out and nothing new. And all those people are running around like saying, "Oh yeah, now look at this." A lot of them were actually like disappointed, I think. And a few of them mentioned that Trump is like on the flight logs like 7 times. And that he said that Epstein is a great guy, a lot of fun to be with, who loves beautiful women almost as much as he does. Some of them on the younger side, they forget to say that. And they'll be like, "Oh, he banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago." And it's like, he banned him like a few months before he was he banned him in like 2007, I think. Like Epstein had already been there was already a lot of stuff out about Epstein by that point. But I can see how I handle youth practice. That's right. It's time for Ryan's I can save her segment. I don't think I can. I don't think I can save Amy. Okay, I think she's too far gone. I thought so, and when I started watching this video, I thought maybe, but no, I don't think so. I think she's too far gone. I think she's a baddie, I mean that. I think she's a baddie, and I mean that in like she's a bad guy. I think she might be a little evil. Hacks walk out of the White House with prop binders holding them up so proudly. Yeah, exactly. Like the Lion King holding Simba. Like flipping with your pointer, tiny big finger, whichever is more convenient, shows that you know how to use it. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, Amy. Okay. All right. Let's see what she has to say.
To talk about the Guardian's article that mentions the womosphere, or the womanosphere, I believe is what they call it. Which is a terrible name. It certainly doesn't flow. But this is,
I think it flows just fine. Womanosphere. I mean, there's the manosphere and there's the womanosphere. Just because she can't say it, just because she can't pronounce it, doesn't mean it doesn't flow well. I think it's great. Womanosphere. It's pretty apt, if you ask me. I mean, we're talking about people like, talking about people like Candace Owens. I mean, look, we got Candace Owens holding a sign that says "Make him a sandwich." We got Brett Cooper. Rafiki holding up an Epstein binder. Who is she? Chat, I can change her. It's Amy Dangerfield, bro. Valuetainment. Endure. It's a little small bean prop binder for a bunch of right-wing hacks. Exactly. Womanosphere. I mean, it makes, I feel like it's not that, there's the manosphere and there's the womanosphere. Yeah, you can't. That's right. Yeah. I thought for a second too. What a shame.
This is the anti-feminist media and their apparent push to make women thin, fertile, and Republican.
They want women to be thin, fertile, and Republican.
This is hilarious.
I mean, I don't have a problem with 2 of those things.
It mostly focuses on voices like this is hilarious. It mostly focuses on voices like Brett Cooper, Candace Owens, Alex Clark. You knew right off the bat this was going to be a hit piece because of the way they invoked the word womanosphere in a similar way to.
She's saying that like you knew it was going to be a hit piece because they called it the womanosphere, and manosphere people think is a bad thing. So womanosphere is obviously also a bad thing. And she's right. It is. They are referring to it as a bad thing. Yeah, more. Listen. Being Australian is a disability, but we still appreciate it. Okay. Only cramming women in the same enunciation as man. Yeah. Womanosphere. The womanosphere.
To how they talked about the manosphere, which obviously is framed in a very negative way, especially in the mainstream media. I mean, they're basically stating that there is some dark agenda by the Jordan Petersons of the world, the Andrew Tates, the Fresh and Fits, to essentially convert
Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit to do what, Amy?
people over to Trump. Andrew Tate's the Fresh and Fits to essentially convert people over to Trump. And
I mean, all of those people steer people towards Trump, right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Where's the lie? Where's I mean, problem? Like, yeah, they do that. Okay.
And now they're essentially saying the exact same thing with the womosphere that Candace Owens, Brett Cooper, Alex Clark, and
okay, I don't know who Alex Clark is, but Brett Cooper and Candace Owens both worked previously for the Daily Wire. Like, they come from a pro-Trump media sphere. Amy is so hot. She is a baddie, but in multiple ways, okay? She's suggesting it's not. She's implicitly saying it's not true. She's saying it's like a conspiracy theory. It's ridiculous. People say Peterson was based, now he's insane. I think I knew he was always insane. I actually just uploaded, or I didn't re-upload it. I made public my first conversation with Kyla from back in the day, where I confronted her about her take about Jordan Peterson being a progressive before. I'm like, no, that ain't it, girl. That's not it. No, there's no such thing. The progressive Peterson lore is just, it's not true. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers the lies. Vikram says, Sippy Squirtle, Sippin' Squad. We love the Sip Squad.
probably all the people here at Valuetainment as well, all the women here.
I feel like she's confirming that they are part of that pipeline by like joking about it. Like she lists fucking Candace Owens and Brett Cooper, again, Daily Wire media people, or at least formerly Daily Wire voices. And she's like, okay, well, that I bet that includes us over here at Valuetainment as well. And like, yeah, probably does. Probably does, Queen. Yeah.
Yeah, are converting our fellow ladies over to be Trumpers too. Very interesting. We're going to talk about voter sentiment and the way the statistics have kind of shifted towards the end of the segment. But first, let's dive into some of the key quotes from the article, and I'll give you guys my thoughts. The first one here. The type of women these commentators valorize is thin, straight, fertile, traditionally feminine, conventionally attractive to men, and white. Though they tried to avoid overt racism, instead opting for sentiments like, as a minority woman, I'm here to say you'll be happier and much more fulfilled when you aren't consumed thinking about your race.
Okay. The type of woman these commentators valorize is thin, straight, fertile, traditionally feminine, conventionally attractive to men, and white. True. That is in these spaces. Those are the women who they promote the most, right? For the most part. Like, we have the exceptions. They have their Candace Owens. Fertile is so gross. Listen, we love our fertile ladies, okay? They try to avoid overt racism generally, not the Fresh and Fits, right? Some of these spheres do try to avoid overt racism. And again, Jordan Peterson used to talk about race and IQ, which is one of the things I brought up in that Kyla discussion. So that was a little bit of overt racism, Mr. Peterson. But instead, opting for sentiments like, as a minority woman, I'm here to say that you'll be happier and more fulfilled if you aren't consumed by thinking about your race. And so Amy is going to is going to tell us why that's she's going to mock this she's going to mock them pointing this out as a problematic sentiment. But
well, where's the lie? Honestly, like, when has anybody felt better by being consumed thinking about their race? I honestly could not think of.
It's not. sorry. Give me a second. She's gaslighting you, right? Do you feel it? Do you feel the gaslighting? I'll give you a second. They're pointing out that this sentiment, instead of overt racism, they say things like, as a minority woman, I'm here to say you'll be happier and more fulfilled if you aren't consumed by thinking about your race. So they're gaslighting by saying that you, like, the problem that Black people have is that they're consumed by thinking about their race, right? They're like, so the people they're talking about the gaslighting happening here. This article is talking about these influencers gaslighting, and then Amy doubles down and gaslights us further by saying they're not gaslighting, they're right.
Well, where's the lie? Honestly, like, when has anybody felt better by being consumed thinking about their race? I honestly could not think of a more offensive thing to tell someone than they will never be successful based off the color of their skin. They will always be discriminated against.
Nobody said that. Nobody said people will never be successful based on the color of their skin. Amy, nobody said that. Nobody in that article said that. Nobody's saying that when they talk about racism. If anything, understanding racism, understanding the structures that lead to disparate outcomes among different races of people, well, is probably empowering, right? Because it's like, oh, there's not something wrong with me, right? It's not like I'm inherently broken. Like it's oh, there's actually reasons that, like, these disparities exist. Oh, okay, there's structural stuff. Oh, well, that's helpful. Now I can understand that and I can navigate better. Oh, cool. That's helpful. Thank you for helping me understand the world better. It's not like, oh no, I'm discriminated against forever, and now I'll never be able to do anything ever. I'm gonna fail forever, and that's bad.
Against based off the color of their skin, that the content of their character and their work ethic, the value they bring to the marketplace, is not enough to supersede that.
It's not if they are still not if they're trying to figure out, why am I not getting callbacks even though I'm, like, overqualified for this job, and it's like, oh, well, it turns out that apparently when it comes to job applications, if you have a Black sounding name, that you might be getting less callbacks even if you have the same qualifications. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that's a structural thing that I can recognize and see and understand, like, oh, that might be why I'm not getting a callback from this job that I was totally qualified for, right? Same thing people say against autism, like, now everyone is autistic. Yeah.
That's offensive. I would be very offended by that. Likewise,
you should be offended.
It's equally as
Black
offensive
people,
when you
Amy
tell
says.
a white person that they are only successful by virtue of their whiteness. Also,
Again, nobody's saying that. It's just like there are things that you have access to through means of whiteness, right? It's not like, oh, the only reason you've ever done anything good in your life is because you were white, because of the pigment of your skin, which is not what people are talking about when they say whiteness anyway. But you know, how many times can we have that conversation?
sir, very, very offensive thing to say to someone.
So
Sir,
offensive.
where's the lie? I agree. This is kind of a narrative that we are.
I'm sorry, does that say Rittenhouse of Cards? Is that Kyle Rittenhouse? Rittenhouse of Cards? Are you fucking kidding me? That's crazy. The prop game here is insane, dude.
Sir, where's the lie? I agree. This is kind of a narrative that
The lie's coming from you. The lie's inside the house. The lie is coming out of you, Amy. You're the liar. Yeah, no, actually. Yeah. No, it is like it is high level.
we are trying to get across to people because it's true. All right. Anyone who falls outside of this mode is subject to relentless mocking and disparagement, though they have different tactics.
If you've ever watched Fresh and Fit, ever watched whatever podcast, any of these things, you absolutely know that's true. That anyone who falls outside of this narrow mold is subject to relentless mocking and disparagement. Constant. It's fucking disgusting, and it's everywhere. Okay. I hope he did go through a lot, but somehow, instead of letting that shape him into someone who understands the value of due process and making sure that people don't presume guilt before a fair trial, he's out tweeting about how Carmelo Anthony should be in prison for life before his trial. So apparently Kyle Rittenhouse didn't learn his lesson about a complex self-defense case and the presumption of innocence. Apparently he didn't learn shit. Apparently he's a fucking moron who has no idea what the moral lesson that he was experiencing was at its core. So, best of luck to him. Just a poor little killer. I do have empathy for
in
him,
turns,
some
like their
ways, but
cohorts
anyway, it's
in the manosphere, they play.
So they have different tactics and tones, like their cohorts in the manosphere. Again, it's like these are anyone who consumes this kind of content understands perfectly like what's being described here. Even if you enjoy this kind of content, these are the things you like about the content, right? Like a lot of it, like these are the things that people appreciate about it. But
play with the idea that calling women fat or ugly is fun and transgressive, framing it
they absolutely do this
as a part of a virtuous quest to rid society of woke feminist ideals.
Here comes the
First of all,
gaslight.
saying that anyone who falls outside of this mode is subject to relentless mocking and disparagement is just absolutely incorrect. I can only speak for me and the people.
It's absolutely incorrect because I can speak for me and valuetainment.
Here at Valuetainment, but one of our core tenets is debate. It's this idea that we're not always going to be able to agree on everything in the marketplace of ideas, but let's sit down, talk about it, and hash it out.
Let's talk about what a fat, ugly bitch these women are, right? We can talk about these fat, ugly bitches. We have a debate about it. We can debate about how ugly and fat they are. That's what she's saying, right? No, I don't. That's not what she said. But I mean, that's what it sounds like because when she brings up fresh and fit and what, she didn't say whatever, but like fresh and fit in the same breath and like compares that to valuetainment. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they do that. I don't watch their fucking show. But that's what they do on Fresh and Fit. That's what they do on whatever podcast.
We live in a free speech society. So that's one of the benefits is we get to take advantage of debate. You either win and strengthen your position or you lose and you learn. But either way, I think both of those are wins to me.
Let's debate Amy. Amy, I would love to debate you. Okay, Miss Dangerfield. I know we got mutuals. I know we can make it happen. All right, let's ask Lauren De Laguna. Lauren can make it happen. I'll hit her up. Let's debate. Let's do it in the marketplace of ideas. My brain is still frankly in recovery mode from taking in so many high level ideas from all the content we've seen already tonight. So let's make it happen.
To be fair though, with the last point that they made there are a lot of fat liberals. Just saying. Anyways, the next quote here. This life
literally ends it by contradicting the entire thing, right? Like, oh, well, we don't do that here, but those fat liberals, those dumb fat liberals, man. Like, it's crazy. It's great. I'm sorry. It's insane. I don't remember the first time I saw Amy. Like, this is how I know. This is how like when I saw this, I was like, oh, she's like actually like a monster. Because I remember like the first time I saw her, I feel like it was on God, what was it? She was on like one of Destiny's podcasts, I think. And she was like being super reasonable at the time, but I think she was just kind of blending in to that environment. But clearly she's a more nefarious actor.
Lifestyle propaganda was serving a much more sweeping and nefarious conservative agenda. As she put it, if you're going to tell a generation of young women that it's bad to be a feminist, the Trump administration is pro.
It's not bad to be a feminist. The Trump administration is not pro-woman.
Woman, that they should be having babies immediately and more often, and that the pill is bad for them. That is
should be having babies when they're ready to have babies, right? You guys talking about we're having the Rittenhouse discourse. We'll settle it this time.
Huge setback you're proposing for American women. Well, first and foremost, it is bad to be a feminist. You know, feminism was actually
Why? Why, Amy? Why is it bad to be a feminist? Is it because of some something about the values of feminism that makes it bad? What is it? Tell me, Amy.
created by a woman called Kate Millay, who was a known feminist and Marxist. And yes,
Oh, it's because it was founded by a communist. Oh, I thought we were gonna criticize feminism for like the values it holds or like the ideas behind it, and because we're in the marketplace of ideas. This is what she was saying, right? She was just telling us how we're debating in the marketplace of ideas. So we're talking about how feminism was founded by a communist, and that's why it's bad. Okay.
yes, socialism, Marxism, communism, these things are bad. So
Marxism, socialism, communism, these are bad. So, and feminism was founded by a Marxist or communist or whatever. So feminism is bad. Okay, I see. Very logical. I get it. Yeah. Good point, Amy. Great stuff. Very logical.
would say that it is pretty bad and also ineffective to be a feminist. In fact, even women who are more reasonable that call themselves a feminist agree that too often this term has become synonymous with man hating, which just isn't going to get you anywhere in society. Next, to say that the Trump admin.
That's true. So feminism is bad because it was made by a communist and because sometimes it goes a little bit too far and people agree that it can be like man hating in essence. So it's the worst thing. So it's bad to be a feminist because of those things, right? Did you know they shot it? Wait, is that even true? I don't know if that's. I think you might be spreading. Yeah, I don't know if there was a shot. I'm not sure that's actually accurate. I don't think that's true.
Admin hates women is insane because have you seen all of the women who are working with him? From Caroline Levitt, Christine.
Look at all these evil women who work around Trump. He's clearly not. He's so super pro women. He has Caroline Levitt lie for him all the time.
Pam Bondi, Tulsi
Gabbard.
Gabbard.
Pam Bondi and Tulsi Gabbard, professional liars who lie for him constantly. How can Trump not be pro women? He has all these lying women.
But there are so many different women who are working with him right now. Plus,
solve the Rubik's Cube, Amy. I want to see you solve the Rubik's Cube.
All of the legislation that he put in place to protect women and girls, to uphold the integrity of women's,
to protect them from the 100 trans athletes in the country, to protect them from playing volleyball with a trans girl.
Sports. Trump is definitely pro-woman. So that part is 100% accurate.
The most pro-woman, the most overturning Roe v. Wade being pro-woman, the most introducing the SAVE Act, making it harder for, or working with actually one of the only things that they actually have been working through Congress to do has been the SAVE Act, which makes it harder for women to vote. Super pro-women. We love Trump. Is so pro-women. All these women, these girls, they understand exactly how pro-women this guy is, and that's why they're all here circled around him, because they understand exactly how much good he's doing for them in their futures. They have a great concept of that and deep understanding of how good he's going to be for their futures.
The point that women should be having babies early and more often, we are literally facing a population decline right now.
How many I don't know. Does Amy have kids? Amy Dangerfield. See. Don't see kids. Maybe she does. Wait, let's see. Oh, this is not her. Oh wait, this is like someone else's. I don't think this is her. This is someone like Arizona. I don't think she has kids. Okay, I don't think Amy has kids. Practice what you preach, girl. You guys are just fighting about Kyle. Yeah, she's not even saying that. What did she get wrong? I want to see. Let's see. Bro decided to cosplay as a militia man. I mean, he did do that. That's true. He did shoot people. I mean, this is also true. I don't know. What did Michelle say that's wrong about it so far? I actually don't see any. I think Vic's just Vic. Are you just trolling? Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Okay.
Where we are below often, we are literally facing a population decline right now where we are below replacement levels. So I don't think that's very terrible rhetoric to be sharing with people. Okay.
Well, what are you doing, Amy? Go make some babies. What is this? Wow, congratulations, Vic. You're amazing. I mean, you said that she got everything wrong. You said Michelle got everything wrong. So what was that? How was I supposed to show your side if you're saying she got everything wrong? I was pulling up her messages, like where she said things about the case, and it all seems to like be fairly accurate. I don't know what. I want you to point out what she got wrong. I want you to be more specific. What did she get wrong? I wonder if people mad at Vikram hogging the squat rack in the gym realize he's in a very important debate. Stop. Okay. I gotta get back. I gotta convince Amy to go make some kids. Okay, Amy, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And also the fact that the pill is bad. There are just way too many studies and side effects for me to even spend a large sum of time on this one. But
How much you want to bet? How much do you want to bet that Amy's on the pill? I'll ask her in our debate.
Thing from nausea, headaches, mood swings, weight changes. It literally changes your hormones from the inside out. It's not
it changes your hormones. Look, you're my chat. You're part of my content. Did you check? I don't know why you're, because it's interesting. I'm engaged. Let me cook.
Not normal, it's not natural, and I would also say that yes, the pill is bad. So I would agree with the character.
It's not natural. Hey guys, it's not natural, okay? It's not natural, so it's bad. Non-natural means bad. Thanks, Amy.
Of pretty much this entire quote. And I'm not sure in what universe this could possibly be construed as a bad thing. Let's take a look at the way some of these commentators reacted to this article. You have Brett Cooper, thin, fertile Republican.
Thin, fertile Republican sounds hot. Again, two out of three ain't bad, right? The Guardian slamming me for allegedly advocating for women to be thin, fertile, and Republican. If the alternative is fat, infertile, and Democrat, that's such a weird, such a weird angle. Is there? Yeah. Well. There's something about, I don't know, there's something about the word. I don't know. Maybe it must be just a biological drive that I'm, there's something about the word. But I get it. When they say that, I'm like, okay, I get it. The Republican part though, nah, that's less so, much less so.
Republican sounds hot, LOL. Alex Clark said the Guardian is shaming me, Riley Gaines and Brett Cooper for allegedly
It's his slamming. Amy, come on.
Advocating for all women to be thin, fertile, and Republican. You know what? Hell yeah. Riley Gaines says the alternative is fat, infertile, and Democrat. I know.
Yeah, that's right. There are two body types, thin and fat, right? You can be fertile or infertile, which I guess that's technically true. But you can be less fertile, right? Oh yeah, I want you to get pregnant for the next 9 months, baby. Well, when you put it like that, it's even hotter. Yes, actually. Yeah, that's even better now.
Yeah. Know which one I am choosing. Let's talk about the voter stat, guys, and this idea, this theory that the womosphere is actually this
womanosphere,
this evil secret mission to convert women to being Republican. Yeah, women have been moving towards Trump. In the last election, overall, the support for women amongst Trump grew by 5% when we're comparing 2020 to 2020.
It grew by 5%. But was that because they thought that Trump was better for women, or is it because women are like also have complex voter patterns and recognize things like inflation? And this last election was largely a referendum on inflation, and women also felt the impacts of inflation, and so they voted for the alternative candidate than the one they associated with the previous administration. No, it must be because they think Trump is super pro women, right? Because they just didn't realize that he overturned Roe v. Wade, or at least they didn't care enough for that to override the other thing, right? OMG, babe, I want to put stress in a relationship, right? Stop it. Yeah, I'm telling you.
And when it comes to young women in particular, ages 18 through to 29, he improved his performance quite a bit, securing 40% of their votes in 2024 compared to the 33% in 2020.
Yeah, but again, like what issues? Look, literally, it's in the fucking. It's literally on her chart. It's on her chart. It says inflation and the cost of living, immigration and the border, jobs and the economy, and then abortion. Abortion's number 4. Like, these are like the top 3. Wait. What is she proving? What is she trying to prove here? I don't understand. Maybe I misunderstood. Like, what's this chart supposed to show? What?
And when it comes to young women in particular, ages 18 through to 29, he improved his performance quite a bit, securing.
This chart isn't about that. No way, dude. Wait, am I dumb? Am I stupid? Am I missing something here? There's no section of this that says 18 to 29, right? What is happening? Am I losing my mind?
40% of their votes in 2024 compared to the 33% in 2020.
This chart has nothing to do with that. What is going on? Why are they showing this chart for that stat? It doesn't make any sense. Is it an accident? They just threw up a random ass chart. Why do that? Why do this? What was going through your mind? I don't understand how you prepare a video like this. How do you? What, they had like the intern edit it, and they just like, well, here's a chart about voting. All right, they just Googled like chart, women voting chart, women voting chart. Okay, it didn't come up there. So they didn't Google women voting chart, at least. So a little bit of credit to them. Yeah, well, I'm brainwashed. I'm brainwashed because I don't understand why she's showing this chart that has nothing to do with the thing she's saying.
2024 compared to the 33% in 2020. Now, this next stat that I want to talk about here is the one that is really surprising to me and honestly really, really encouraging as well. And it's this: pro-choice women. Approximately 25%.
Okay, this is the chart she was just showing. So this is the chart she meant to show, I think. So they just accidentally showed this chart twice. Okay, let's see.
Of women who believe abortion should be legal in all or most cases still voted for.
It's still not. This is still not that chart. It's the same chart, and it still doesn't say what she's talking about. It still doesn't show what she's referring to. What is happening?
Trump, suggesting that other issues such as the economy, border security, and other things influence their decision. The shift of women moving towards the right seems to be coming from multiple different perspectives. Pop culture, for better or for worse, has played an important role. And a part of that is the fact that now there are figures like Brett Cooper, Candace Owens, the people here at Valuetainment who are taking the news and political topics that would not usually be interesting to people, and they're making them more
insufferable. making them insufferable and awful and unenjoyable and with the same chart twice that has nothing to do with the stats you're referencing. Thanks, Michelle.
Palatable. So it's easy for people to listen, understand, get
So
informed. And
palatable.
as a result,
I feel so informed. Don't you guys all feel so informed now? Aren't we informed? Aren't we way more informed now after seeing that? Right? Aren't we just so much more informed after we saw those charts that showed the data that she wasn't talking about?
they're able to make more informed and better choices, meaning they're not these single issue voters.
Finally, we're informed. We can make better choices because we're not single issue voters like those women who voted for inflation and the cost of living, or immigration and the border, or jobs in the economy. Or the third of women ages 18 to 44. I swear, whoever edited this video is like a liberal psyop. They're trying to get the good word out. They're like, yeah, over a third of women rate abortion as a top issue, alongside these other issues that they also really care about. And it's all thanks to Amy.
People should vote Democrat. Obviously, in the last election, we also saw it was the option for the main reason why people should vote Democrat.
People should vote
in the last
so true, Amy. People should vote Democrat.
election, we also saw it was the whole threat of democracy thing as well. But I would say those were their true biggest hands. It's the whole threat of democracy thing as well. But I would say those were their true biggest hands that they
just a little coup, just a little insurrection, just a little hang Mike Pence, just a little burst down the door of the Capitol, or burst down Nancy Pelosi's door and shit in her office. Just a little assault police officers.
played. But it's truly great to see that this grip that the Democrats have on female voters is slowly starting to loosen, because once again, these other issues are taking higher precedence. When we talk about illegal immigration, for example, the heat index on this issue was so high for so many people because it was literally in their front yard. They were being impacted by it on a day-to-day basis. Exact same with the economy as well.
I don't think they
and
were.
so it's a result of multiple things. Yes, pop culture is causing some influence, but I would say for the most part, it's just people who are becoming informed, and they're just making better informed decisions and more balanced decisions that are less led by their emotions on the direction that they want the country to head. And for me, that is definitely something to smile about.
Wow, thanks, Amy. That's awesome. Tom is fair. That's true. Just a little bit of tomfoolery, a little bit of Tom Farrelly. Like they gave the editor a wrong graphic to use. The editor didn't really understand and selected a graphic of their own. Well, I don't know, because like towards the end, she did allude to that chart. Like the last thing she was saying actually did reference that chart more, like where she was like, oh, well, it's not the, or like, there are these other issues that are ranking high. Like that chart did show illegal immigration as like an issue high on the chart, right? Like, look, immigration and the border. So not illegal immigration, but immigration and the border. So like it makes sense a little bit. But Tom Floyd doesn't lie. Did you know he mentioned mobile detailing and linguistic marketing? Listen, my father, the inventor of toaster strudel, mobile detailing, and linguistic marketing, is going to be hearing from you, okay? Tom Fairly Slow. We love Tom. Tom is fair. And a little bit of a liar sometimes, but he's fair. He's fair, okay? I like Tom. One of my most popular videos right now is me and Tom having a conversation about whether or not Hassan is anti-Semitic. I like Tom. He's quite smart, but he does lie a lot. He never wants to admit. He just doubles down. Well, don't we all? Don't we all double down until we realize we're wrong? And we have to reflect on it a bit. I don't know if it's always that bad. Like, but I remember like the what's the lab thing? It's like bleh. You ever just NLI just ugh. I saw your cute top 5 creators you sent for. Yeah, that's a great short. Highly recommend it. If you guys haven't seen it, check out the top 5 creators that Radical Coder sims for. No spoilers here, except for tomfoolery is one of them, and Kat Abu Ghazaleh is another one. Highly recommend both. Trump invented the word equalize and groceries. Trump brought back the word groceries. No one used the word groceries until Trump brought that back. Trump really leaned into the word groceries. No one was saying that. Okay. Have I mentioned that you can get a membership to unlock adorable Umbreon emotes and care reacts and contribute to the future of the channel and decide what emotes are going to be in the chat in the future? You can have your voice be heard democratically, not fascistically, but democratically. You can support the channel to have adorable baby Umbreon emotes. Crazy stuff. Really, really cool. It's amazing what you can do with technology these days. It really is. It really is phenomenal. Tom's biggest lie by far be the alt stuff. I don't know why he ever never said I tried to boost myself on Our Destiny. I don't know. Probably should have just owned it. Democrats are cringe, and that's why we should vote for them. Yes, we should vote for the cringe instead of the fascists. What's the sound? What's happening right now? Am I going crazy? Oh, I know what's happening. Oh. Raging Tomato is going live. That's what's happening. We said we need democracy, and I meant a playful tone at you, but yeah, they're cringe. Yeah, they're cringe, but they're doing their best. Okay. Well, they're not doing enough, but they're doing something. They're doing better than the Republicans are. Okay. It is what it is. All right. I was gonna go into one final thing, but my voice is getting a little tired, and I wanna test out rating over to Raging Tomato and see how that works. So let me see if that's even possible. If I can do that from, I don't know how to do that. Let's see. YouTube Studio. Oh, cool. I can see the chat here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure out another time, I guess. But I'm gonna call it for tonight. I think we got some good segments that I can re-upload from this, so that's nice. And I'll always drop the link to Sarah's stream where she's bringing on Soy Pill, who I will be debating alongside in just 11 days. So go give Sarah some love. Hop into her chat, shout "Learning is radical" over and over and over. I don't know how to raid, but I would like to raid. But that's okay. Yeah, I appreciate you all. Keep talking about stuff. No, I'm good. I gotta take a break. I feel my voice. I gotta rest it. Gotta rest. That way we can keep momentum going, and I can do this again. So tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I am going on Wick. I'm going on Wick's panel to talk about Hassan. So yeah, tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST, I will be on Wick's panel to talk about Hassan Piker and why everyone hates him and stuff, and whether or not that's good or bad. And I guess we'll find out how I feel about that then. So can everyone love you? Don't forget, learning is radical.